B.J. Penn stands as one of the most polarizing figures in MMA history. If you think of him as just another fighter, think again. From his breathtaking victories to his heart-wrenching struggles, the story of The Prodigy isn't merely about wins and losses, it's a roller coaster of glory and despair. How did a champion revered by millions reach such staggering lows? In this narrative, we peel back the layers of B.J. Penn's life, celebrating his remarkable rise in the octagon while grappling with the dark realities that followed. Buckle up, because this isn't just a story about fighting, it's a powerful reminder of the highs and lows of pursuing greatness. The rise of the prodigy. In the realm of mixed martial arts, some athletes transcend the sport and become legends. One such figure is B.J. Penn, often dubbed the Prodigy. Born on December 13, 1978, in Hilo, Hawaii, Penn grew up surrounded by the rich cultural backdrop of the islands. From an early age, it was clear he possessed an indomitable spirit, nurtured by his family and local community. BJ's journey into martial arts began with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, BJJ, where he quickly showcased an unparalleled aptitude for grappling. At just 20 years old, he became the first American to earn a black belt in BJJ under the legendary Andre Pederneiras. This achievement set the stage for an extraordinary MMA career, as Penn was determined to take his talents from the mats to the octagon. His professional debut came in 2001, and it didn't take long for the world to take notice. With a fearless fighting style, Penn faced some of the toughest opponents, earning respect through his tenacity and skills. In 2004, he burst onto the scene in the UFC, capturing the lightweight championship by defeating the formidable Jens Pulver in a spectacular bout that showcased his incredible grappling and striking capabilities. The ring was his playground, and Penn's ability to adapt and evolve made him a formidable contender in multiple weight classes. His remarkable journey saw him thriving in the featherweight, lightweight, and welterweight divisions, blending relentless pursuit with an unparalleled desire to compete. Fans were captivated, every fight was a masterclass in martial arts. BJ's legendary battles against the likes of Matt Hughes and Frankie Edgar demonstrated not only his technical prowess but also his mental fortitude. These moments solidified his identity as a fighter with an unyielding heart, leading many to believe that he was destined for greatness. But it was more than just skill inside the cage. Penn's charismatic personality and fierce dedication to his Hawaiian roots resonated deeply with fans. He wasn't just an athlete, he was a symbol of pride for his home state, embodying the spirit of aloha. Each fight was not just a contest, it became an event where fans rallied around him, waving banners and chanting his name. As his dominance grew, so did his notoriety. He became a household name and an inspiration for aspiring fighters worldwide. Yet, he would face trials in later years as well. But before the struggles, there was a clear consensus: the rise of B.J. Penn was a brilliance to behold, defining a generation in MMA history. And just when it seemed he had achieved all there was to conquer, his journey was only beginning. Unforgettable dominance. B.J. Penn's rise to fame in the UFC was nothing short of meteoric. Captivating audiences worldwide, he showcased a blend of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and striking prowess that seemed almost supernatural. Becoming the first American to earn a black belt in BJJ, he was no stranger to finding submissions from seemingly impossible positions. But it wasn't just his grappling that garnered respect, it was his striking that left fans on the edge of their seats. In a career that spanned over a decade, Penn became a champion in not one, but two weight classes, the lightweight and welterweight divisions. His title reign was marked by breathtaking battles against some of the best fighters of his time. Recall his memorable bouts, the stunning submission victory over Matt Hughes, one of the most respected names in the sport, or his thrilling rematch with Frankie Edgar, where he demonstrated an unyielding spirit and technical prowess. Each fight was a masterpiece, etched into the memory of MMA enthusiasts. Penn's ability to dominate both on the ground and standing up made him a nightmare for his opponents. His fight IQ was extraordinary, he adapted his game plan mid-fight, keeping rivals guessing. Fans flocked to his fights because they knew they were in for an unforgettable experience, not just a match, but a showcase of pure talent. And it wasn't simply about the victories, it was how he won. Penn was known for his fierce determination and unmatched heart, battling through adversity and injuries, all while maintaining a fierce competitive spirit that delighted spectators. Each victory elevated his legacy, and with every successful title defense, the stakes grew. The world watched eagerly as he continued to rise. But that wasn't the whole story. Decline, the other side of glory. As the cheers faded and the spotlight dimmed, B.J. Penn found himself on a slippery slope, one that no fighter ever wants to traverse. After reaching the peak of UFC stardom, the inevitable downturn became a harsh reality. Once celebrated for his speed and technical prowess, BJ's performances began to falter, leading to a string of unfortunate defeats that left fans bewildered. What many may not realize is that BJ's decline began gradually, with subtle signs masked by his fierce spirit. In the octagon, he seemed to lose that vital spark that once ignited his relentless attacks and unwavering confidence. The rapid losses, both heartbreaking and shocking, snowballed into what became an alarming record, a stark contrast to his previous dominance. Fans who once idolized the prodigy were left questioning everything. Was it age catching up with him? Or had the sport evolved beyond his once cutting-edge skills? Each new fight raised a cloud of concerns, and unfortunately, it seemed like they were confirmed after each devastating defeat. Adding to the drama, whispers of internal and external struggles surfaced, leading many to speculate if his drive and passion had been overshadowed by the formidable weight of expectations. But that wasn't the whole story. Behind the scenes, Penn faced a complex battle, one involving the harsh reality of aging and the physical toll the sport can take. Every knockout punch and hard-fought grappling exchange had a price, and many wondered if BJ was still capable of paying it. The once-renowned champion became more of a cautionary tale as friends, fans, and coaches expressed concern over his diminishing performance, hoping he would pivot before it was too late. The climax of this decline came with a series of defeats that ultimately led to a public outcry for him to consider retirement. Each new loss seemed to serve as a grim reminder that sometimes, even the greatest must hang up their gloves. But while BJ longed for the thrill of combat, the stark truth was undeniable: the octagon was changing, and so was he. As we examine this decline, it's essential to acknowledge the heart of the competitor that made BJ Penn iconic. Despite the numerous setbacks, he fought valiantly, embodying the very spirit of determination that initially captivated audiences worldwide. Yet, the question lingered: would he recognize when it was time to step back, or would his love for the game lead him deeper into the abyss? The journey down this treacherous path became a poignant chapter in the saga of one of MMA's brightest stars, reminding us all that the fight can take many forms, even outside the cage. Personal struggles. While BJ Penn was conquering the octagon, chaos brewed away from the spotlight. His illustrious career was overshadowed by a series of troubling incidents that would shake any fan's image of the once revered champion. Reports began surfacing about BJ's nightlife escapades, including altercations that often made headlines for all the wrong reasons. It wasn't long before legal troubles seemed to accumulate, legal battles that hinted at deeper personal issues. Friends and family voiced their concerns, revealing that the pressure of fame and the struggle to adapt to life after fighting was taking a toll on him both mentally and emotionally. Fans began to see snippets of a man in turmoil, battling his own demons while trying to recapture the glory of his past. But amidst this, there were whispers about BJ seeking help and going through periods of self-reflection. Many hoped he would find a sense of stability and purpose outside the cage. Yet, as the rumors persisted and public opinion wavered, it became increasingly clear that BJ was on a challenging journey, one that many former champions have faced, a struggle to redefine oneself when the glory fades. And then, just when we thought we understood the full story, more shocking revelations would come to light that left everyone questioning: could the brilliant fighter ever truly find peace? The call for retirement. As BJ Penn continued to step into the octagon, the fervor from fans shifted from admiration to concern. With each brutal match, many were left questioning if it was time for him to hang up the gloves. Analysts and fellow fighters began voicing their worries, urging him to consider retirement, highlighting the toll the sport can take on an athlete's body and psyche. Amidst the backdrop of cascading defeats, there was an undeniable sentiment that echoed, "The heart of a champion should not lead one into perilous battles." Despite the growing outcry, BJ remained resolute in his desire to fight. His passion for mixed martial arts ran deep, making it hard for him to accept the prospect of retirement. He believed that he still had something to prove, not just to the fans, but to himself. This drive kept him believing that he could return to form, even as doubts began to pour in. As the calls for retirement grew louder, so did the conversations about what it truly means to walk away from the sport. Penn's case became emblematic of a broader struggle many fighters face, a fierce love for their craft entwined with the painful reality of diminishing returns. Those close to BJ saw the inner conflict, a warrior clinging to the thrill of competition while silently battling the inevitable truth that all great athletes must face one day. The time to leave the arena will always arrive. And as he defied the advice of his peers, the world watched, curious and concerned. Would he finally heed the warnings or continue to push against the tide? The answer lingered, leaving fans on edge, unsure of what they would witness next from the once great champion. The final fight and aftermath. BJ Penn's last bout in the octagon came on UFC Fight Night 168, hosted in Australia, where he faced Clay Guida in a highly anticipated matchup. Fans eagerly awaited to see if the former two-division champion could recapture even a fraction of his former glory. Unfortunately, the fight turned out to be a somber affair for the once dominant fighter, as he was overwhelmed and outclassed by Guida's relentless pace and striking. The match ended in the first round, sealing a heartbreaking loss for Penn and marking an end to his official UFC career, filled with a staggering 7-fight losing streak. In the days that followed this unexpected defeat, the MMA community was somber but reflective. Many raised concerns about BJ's well-being, knowing that he had continued fighting well past his prime. The fan base that had once cheered for his explosive talent now found themselves grappling with the reality of witnessing the decline of a legend. It led to widespread calls on social media for him to prioritize his health over the sport that had taken him so high, an overwhelming echo of support mixed with concern. As he stepped away from the fight scene, Penn found himself at a crossroads. The transition from mixed martial arts to everyday life can be a rocky one for many fighters. Penn attempted to pivot his focus toward political aspirations, announcing he would run for the state legislature in Hawaii. He sought to leverage his fame and experience into something meaningful, aiming to impact his home state positively. However, the shift proved challenging. While some welcomed his ambition, others were skeptical, recalling the troubling headlines surrounding his personal life after retiring from fighting. Despite his efforts to move past the octagon, BJ Penn couldn't shake the ghosts of his fighting career from his life. Reports of personal struggles continued to surface, alongside incidents that raised eyebrows and drew criticism. The challenges he faced post-retirement served as a sobering reminder of how difficult it can be for champions to step away from the spotlight they once dominated. Ultimately, BJ's legacy remains a mix of awe for his skills and a cautionary tale about the price of fame and glory in a sport as brutal as MMA. As fans, we continue to remember him not just as a fighter who reached the pinnacle but also as a person who struggled against the world outside the cage, a testament to the complexities of athletic careers and the human experience. As we look back on his journey, we cannot forget how both celebration and regret coalesce in the story of a man known simply as the Prodigy. Reflection on a Titan. As we pause to reflect on the incredible journey of BJ Penn, it's crucial to acknowledge the complexity of his character, an enigmatic titan in the world of mixed martial arts. Every fighter has their ups and downs, but few embody the passion and intensity that Penn brought to the octagon. His early years were filled with meteoric rises, victories that ignited fire in the hearts of fans, and performances that solidified his status as a pioneer in the sport. His relentless drive pushed the boundaries of what was thought possible in MMA. He wasn't just fighting, he was revolutionizing the game, showing aspiring fighters how to blend discipline with raw talent. Penn was the epitome of the prodigy, a nickname that seemed to fit perfectly as he was rewriting the rules every time he stepped inside the cage. But somewhere along this path, the glow began to dim, revealing the harsh reality that comes with fame, pressure, and the relentless nature of competition. From dominant champion to struggling competitor, BJ's downfall is a reminder of how fragile success can be. The very qualities that made him great, determination, resilience, and a fierce love for the sport, also led him down a challenging road filled with personal battles and public scrutiny. Yet, even in these darker times, his fans never wavered. They watched on, torn between admiration for his career and sadness for his struggles. The name B.J. Penn will forever be synonymous with greatness in MMA, but it's the depth of his story, both the triumphs and tribulations, that truly resonate. His legacy serves as a powerful lesson: the path of a champion isn't linear, and sometimes the most lasting impressions come not from victories, but from the courage to face defeat. As we reflect on this titan, it's vital to remember the fighter behind the title, the complexities of life after the octagon, and the understanding that even heroes have their battles. B.J. Penn's journey is not just a chronicle of an athlete, it's a tale of resilience, vulnerability, and ultimately, the fight that stretches beyond the ring. His story will undoubtedly spur conversations for years to come, as fans grapple with the duality of his existence, a legend made, a man flawed, and the encouragement to never give up, regardless of the fight we face. Conclusion. B.J. Penn's journey is a roller coaster of astonishing highs and devastating lows. While his legacy as a two-division champion and a pioneer of the sport resonates deeply within the MMA community, his struggles remind us of the vulnerabilities that can accompany such fierce dedication. As fans, we must cherish the moments that defined his career, the electric fights, the unforgettable victories, and the indomitable spirit he brought to the octagon. Yet, it's equally crucial to reflect on the challenges he faced post-retirement, urging us to approach the lives of our sports heroes with empathy and understanding. The tale of B.J. Penn serves as a powerful reminder that every athlete's journey is more than just the glory they achieve, it's also about the battles fought outside the spotlight. His story will continue to spark discussions, inspire new generations, and leave us pondering the true cost of greatness in the unforgiving world of combat sports.